Thank you very much, everybody. I'm going to call this city council meeting to order, and I'd like to welcome everybody here. I think this is going to be a special meeting as we recognize a Montclair resident. So we'll begin with the invocation of the Pledge of Allegiance, and I'm going to ask the city clerk to announce those two individuals.
Tonight's invocation will be led by Montclair Police Chaplain and Pastor Joe McTarsney of Calvary Montclair, and the pledge will be led by Councilmember Rue.
Great. Please, everybody stand.
Please join me in prayer. Our Father, we come before you and we thank you for this evening, and we want to cover our community in prayer. We pray for all our residents that you would please keep them safe. We pray for our first responders. We thank you for them. We thank you for the leadership of our city. We pray for the meeting agenda that you would give our council wisdom, Lord. And we lift up everything before you. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Please join me as we salute the flag of our nation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
With that, can I have a roll call, please?
I would like to state for the record that Councilmember Lopez has been excused and will not be in attendance at tonight's meeting. Councilmember Martinez? Here. Councilmember Rue?
Councilmember Rue is
Councilmember
present.
Rue? Mayor Pro Tem Johnson?
I'm here.
Mayor Dutre?
Present.
Thank you.
As I stated before, this is a kind of a special meeting we have in here because we're going to recognize a Montclair resident that did a very heroic thing to really save another Montclair resident and student. So I'm going to ask our Montclair Police Chief, Robert Abels, to come on up and conduct this Citizen Valor Award presentation. And with that, I'm going to ask my council colleagues to join me down here at the bottom.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of City Council, and fellow staff. Tonight's my pleasure to recognize Mr. Vincent Duarte for his heroic actions. On May 18th, 2022, a violent assault happened to a 17-year-old student walking home from high school. The suspect, a male classmate of hers, had previously shown some interest with developing a relationship beyond general friendship. However, she did not share the same interest. She was almost home when she reached the corner of Helena Avenue and San Bernardino Street. Unknowingly, she was approached by this male classmate from behind who was in possession of a 13-inch kitchen knife. The suspect proceeded to stab the back of her head. When she turned around, he pushed her to the ground. He stood over her and proceeded to stab her in the face, the neck, and the abdomen. While this was occurring, Vincent Duarte was in his vehicle at a stop sign there at Helena Avenue and San Bernardino Street. Without second thought or regard for his own safety, Duarte exited his vehicle and ran towards the violent assault that was occurring. Duarte tackled the suspect, kicked the knife out of his hand, and pinned him against a fence that was nearby, preventing any further injury to the victim. Vincent Duarte's heroic actions that day certainly saved the life of the victim, and we want to recognize him for his extraordinary bravery by presenting him with the Citizens Medal of Valor and a certificate for the recognition of that extraordinary event and the selfless actions that he made that day. Thank you, Vincent.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you.
If I can have members of the Congressman Force's office and Solomon Rodriguez's office, please join me. Come on up. And I'll start it off, but Vincent, come on over here, next to Mr. Rue right here. You know what? You did a great job. You're a hero. You may not feel like a hero, but what you did, you saved a life. You saved a young lady from a very tragic event. You made a mother very happy, parents very happy, family members very happy, friends very happy, students at Montclair High School very happy for what you did. And so I want to commend you. As the mayor of the city of Montclair and as the behalf of the city council of Montclair and on behalf of the people of Montclair, I'm going to give you a certificate of recognition for what you did, your heroism, and really being a human being. Thank you very much on behalf of the city of Montclair. I think what I'm going to do is let's go in order of Congressman reports. There's you. I'm sorry.
Hi, Mr. Rorty. It is an honor to be here on behalf of Congresswoman Norma Torres. I am one of her field representatives, and I am very pleased to honor you with this special Congressional Certificate of Recognition for your heroic bravery in intervening in a dangerous situation and saving a human life. Your quick thinking and selflessness exemplify the best of the human spirit, and we thank you so much for your dedication to the safety and well-beings of all community members in the city of Montclair.
Good evening, Mr. Duarte. My name is Madeline from Assemblymember Rodriguez's office. My boss wishes he could be here today to give you his thanks in person. He is the father of 2 beautiful girls, so having saved a young girl from such a horrible crime means a lot to him because it could easily have been one of his daughters. Myself as a woman, I thank you for stepping up and taking care of your fellow human being from something that no one should have to experience, but thanks to human beings like you make us feel a lot safer. So thank you for stepping up on behalf of the Assemblymember. Thank you for stepping up for demonstrating what a Montclair citizen, what an outstanding Montclair citizen is like, and for setting a great example for not only your children, but also for the entire community. And just thank you so much for everything you did.
Hello, Vincent. You're one of the people who makes Montclair special. I'm honored to see you. I'm sure your family is very proud of you, and people like you is why we live here. Thank you very much. So on behalf of County Supervisor Kurt Hagman, I'd like to offer you the Certificate of Recognition in honor of your heroic actions to help prevent the assault of a young woman within the city of Montclair. And the quote is, "A hero is an extraordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles," and that's what you did. Thank you very much.
It is an honor to have you here today. I live on Helena Street, and I was just a couple houses away from where the incident happened, and it really hits close to home, so thank you very much. I would like to believe that most of us would have done the same thing as you, but in reality, I don't think we're all that brave, so thank you very much.
Mr. Duarte, thank you for representing the best in our community and the best in humanity. We live in an era when the word hero is oftentimes overused for Hollywood celebrities and people of that sort. No, the word hero is for somebody such as you who helped to save someone's life. Thank you so much for your caring, your commitment, and for standing out as a model of excellence. Congratulations.
You don't want to. Okay, we'll take some pictures. Let's try to balance it out here. We have a nice balance.
Smile. Chicano Batman.
Well, thank you very much. Does anybody else like to say something? There's an opportunity for the part of the presentation. If not, Vincent, thank you very much. You're a hero. Thank you, you're a hero. Okay, and if you like to stay, you're welcome to do so. If you like to leave, this is a great time to leave. It's up to you. Okay, this time is now for public comment. This is an opportunity for the members of the public that wish to speak on an item that's not on the agenda, or an item that's on the consent calendar of the agenda, or a business item on the agenda. You'll be provided 5 minutes. If you wish to speak, you'll fill out a speaking card and you'll present that to our city clerks. If you're on Zoom, you raise the hand signal to indicate you wish to speak. If you're on the phone, you hit *9. And someone asked the city clerk if she has any members of the public that wishes to speak.
Yes, I do have a request from Ruby Long, who's the field representative from 4th District Supervisor Kurt Hagman's office.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Well, first of all, I just want to say I was listening to the story of Mr. Duarte, and it sounds surreal. I mean, out of a movie. And the fact that he was so courageous and brave to go out of his car and help this young lady and help save her life is just, it's amazing. He truly is a hero. So I definitely wanted to say thank you to him. And really quick, I just wanted to do an update and remind everybody about our free shredding event that we're going to be hosting with the city of Montclair. That's going to be on March 11. It's on a Saturday at 9 a.m. till 12 p.m. It is a free event. It's right there at the Montclair City Hall, so 511 Benito Street, Montclair. You can go online and you can pre-register with us. We do ask that you have a minimum actually a maximum of 3 boxes, and we do look forward to seeing you there. And that's it on my end.
Great. And now you said, Ruby, you say you have to go online to register for the event?
You don't have to, but it does help make the process go faster.
Okay.
Because we do have you register there if you don't do a pre-register. So it's easier if you just go online, and it's 3 boxes per card.
Right. And that's Saturday, March the 8th at 9 a.m. here at Montclair City Hall.
March 11th.
March 11th,
Saturday,
excuse
March
me.
11th.
March 11, Saturday, 9 a.m.
Yes,
at Montclair
right there
City
at the
Hall.
City Hall.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, thank you. Have a good evening.
Okay, next we have Nita Watson from the Self-Care Lab.
Well, good evening, everybody. Don't look so alive. It's just Coach Nita. It's just me.
Come on up. How you
How
doing?
y'all doing? My name is Nita Watson. Hi, Miss Johnson. I came with the Self-Care Lab. She's smiling. She looked like she's excited to hear me speak. My name is Nita Watson. I represent the Self-Care Lab Boxing Club, which is originally from Pomona, California, Mr. Bill, but we transferred here to the city of Montclair. The Self-Care Lab in and of itself is a clinical experience. I'm a therapist, but I'm also a boxer, so I'm probably not the one you want to leave in a dark alley. So with this being said, it's imperative for us to make sure that the young people of the city of Montclair have mental health resources. And so what I've done is introduce my program here and really heighten on physical health, mental health, and just overall wellness. So I have a proposition for y'all. It don't cost you money today, Ms. Johnson. We would like to host with the Self-Care Lab in conjunction with the City of Montclair, the city's first 5K run that we want to do. Right, Ms. Johnson? We want to host that here. I was in Pomona for almost 7 years. You Google my name, I drop everywhere. A professional boxer came out and purchased our building. No shade, no tea, things happen. We had to move. When we moved, we had no place to go. We were outside at the park in Claremont. An opportunity came, so now we're located on Central and San Bernardino. Our space right now, you guys, is about 500 square feet. This is coming from almost 3,000 square feet. I'm not here to ask you for square footage. I'm here to ask you for an opportunity to really buy into the importance of youth mental health. So I have some propositions and some proposals that we're gonna leave for you, if you can grab those folders for me. And they're individually for you guys. We're trying to host this in the month of May, which is Mental Health Awareness Month. There are a plethora of mental health concerns here in this city, but we don't wanna just focus on that. We wanna give an opportunity. So our program, on top of boxing, we compete all throughout Southern California, but every Thursday, there are young people running 5 miles every Thursday. So it might look like they're running from Montclair PD, but baby, they're not. They're running to impact their lives, to better this community. And us, with my team here, I have some beautiful board members behind me, and we want to propose this to the city, why this is important, why we need your support. But more importantly, this is going to help bring this community together. This is also going to point out that the southern part of this city also deserves respect and security. I have made several phone calls to Montclair PD just because of the lack of safety that my children have to cross through in order to get to the boxing club. So I understand it's in the strip mall. I understand it's next to a liquor store, but guess what? The kids should not be exposed to that every day. And I'm not trying to say it readily available that you guys should be there to support us, but after 9 phone calls to Montclair PD with a possible registered sex offender in the parking lot, we need to fix this. So I'm not here to tap you on the hand or put you on timeout. I'm just here to really express to you guys why young people and their mental health is important and why athlete mental health is important. So we're trying to propose this for May 27th. We want to start at Shark Park, where you got the nice little umbrella area. We want to really bring awareness, not only to the city, but we want to bring awareness that there's some really awesome young people here in this city. One of my young people was running on a Thursday. As he finished his route, Ms. Johnson, do you know Montclair PD arrested him? So my kid, his dad made a choice, right? No pun intended. But to be exposed to that and to know that you call Montclair PD when there's a possible registered sex offender outside and they cannot come, I have a concern with that. So for me, I'm not here to beat anybody over the head. I've been there, done that. And here in my growth season, I would like to see how my organization and my teammates behind me can better get the message out there that your city's young people, they need something to do. This city has never had what we had to offer. So maybe us being closed in Pomona was you guys' benefit. Again, I'm Coach Nita, and I represent the Self-Care Lab. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I would suggest, since you have a proposal here, maybe want to submit that to our city manager, or maybe I'll give a copy to their city manager, have staff take a look at it, and they'll get back to you on it.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Thank you. Okay, next speaker.
Okay, next is Gladstone Rennie.
Back up. Good night. That is really hard to follow after you heard that. But my name is Gladstone Rennie. I represent Birch Tree United, which is a facility maintenance and project management company. I was brought in to help Nita Watson with her self-care lab that she just opened up. And I just seen that there was an opportunity for myself to offer my services. But tonight I want to also introduce a program that I was talking to Nita that I was already working on, which is the Next Gen Apprenticeship Program. And I seen the opportunity based on the kids that she bring in. There's a lot of these young kids, especially young boys, that need something to do. And the apprenticeship program is basically an opportunity to bring some of these young boys that are in high school, that are ready to graduate, an opportunity to learn a trade. trades are still very important to the backbone of this country. I believe so. I'm a union carpenter by trade. I grew up, my father working with him and my uncles in the trade of construction, so I see a lot of content, character that you can build from it. So I wanted to present to you just the Next Gen Trade Apprenticeship Program as something that this city could probably take into consideration. I started small, which I'll be starting small with Nita and her boxing gym, but I would like to also expand it out to the high schools of the city and any other kids that are out here that need some type of assistance. Again, I heard like the unfortunate situation that happened here, and a lot of these young boys don't have any purpose or don't know what they want to do in life, and it is confusing as a young man. I can say to myself, I know it is, and social media can also construe what you think you're supposed to do with your life. So if there's anything I say, use your hands, use your mind, and you can learn a trade, and hopefully I can help this city with that. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Mr. Remy, I have a question. Where is your program and how do young people apply for it?
So right now, my currently is based off referral through the self-care lab. So she basically will provide me with some of her clients that she works with that are not currently doing anything. They might have some type of special arrangements outside through the courts, and then I can take them on, and then I can basically figure out what type of program I can incorporate them with. So myself, I do carpentry, but I have friends that are electricians, plumbers, all through the spectrum. So I can basically figure out and identify based on, their character and, what they're interested in and try and fit them with the right people and then work from there.
So they need to register through the self-care lab?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay, next speaker, please.
Next speaker is Bill Kaufman.
City Council, men, women, Mayor, I've been here before. It's been almost a year since I first came into Montclair and talked about legal cannabis dispensaries. A year later, a lot has happened federally. The feeling is that they're going to reclassify cannabis and allow interstate commerce to continue. But I'm speaking pretty much on Montclair. I gave you folks a economic study, I believe, when I first came in. I'm having another one done right now, and I'm going to be here tomorrow night for your budget meeting. But I could say it appears like in the last year, Montclair could have realized about another $1.9 million in tax revenue. Now, that being said, we have Corona, which took 3 years to talk to them, but they now have 8 dispensaries. They've been able to do, probably one of the most important things is you have, in this city, you have 19 delivery services that come into your city, and they will sell cannabis to anybody who's 21, and they can distribute it to the young folks, whatever. It's untested. Most of them are illegal, and they're bringing in illegal cannabis untested. And it's one of the things that if you bring into a city like Montclair, and you get, and I believe 4 dispensaries would probably be what Montclair could take, they put these delivery services out of business. They offer to all of the residents of any city, Montclair we're talking about, delivery, free delivery and bonuses so they don't have to go to the outside world. Now, in conjunction with those benefits, you also have, and I know of one right now, illegal dispensary that's in Montclair. And we in Corona informed the police of 2 indoor grows that were in excess of 100,000 square feet. So what you'll find is the legitimate, well-funded, educated, most of the people that work in these dispensaries are college grads. You'll find that these people are there as a help to the community. We have guards. Guards will not let anyone who's 21 not in the building. They patrol the streets to make sure there's no loitering as there is in these smoke shops. You'll see kids out there vaporing on the street and so forth, and they just get away with it. And what legitimate dispensaries, unlike LA right now has more illegal than legal. So it's a big problem. That's why a city like yourself, which we call Virgin, okay, you can take this thing by the horns and make sure that you can control things within your city. And not only that, again, it's quite a bit of money to be made. In the first half of this year, or the first half of the onset in Corona received more than $2 million in tax revenue, okay? And it's a legitimate business. The industry is spreading, and it's spreading very quickly. And I think one of the things that cities where I'm working with this, we have Claremont and Rancho are the three that I'm working with now. If they can get in and get these legitimate dispensaries in, we'll never see the kind of problem that you see in LA, which is illegal. You have Mexican mafia, and that's coined name or not, that's who they are. And they grow illegally all up and through our national forests, ruin the ground and so forth. They take their product down, they sell it through their illegal dispensaries and illegal delivery services. And the people that are in the business, and they're in the business honorably, and they're upstanding citizens, do everything they can to keep these people out. So what I implore you to look at, and I'll come again, it's been a while, I've been fighting this damn COVID, but I'm back on my feet right now. I think that you need to look very hard. I have a seasoned real estate agent, Herman Jansen here, who is going and getting properties in Montclair, in Claremont, in Rancho, and so forth, so that we can, I got 1 second, so we can open legitimate dispensaries, give the city the kind of police.
Thank you, sir. Okay, any other speakers?
We have Bruce Culp on Zoom.
Okay, Bruce. And Bruce, you have 5
Hi
minutes.
there, just a technical note. None of the microphones to the council members, you can hardly hear them. I don't know if you have them on or they're low, but a lot of people can hear the speakers coming up. Just wanted to take a moment quickly to say thank you to that gentleman, Vincent, that we heard it, Chief Abel speak about. We hardly ever get a chance to hear some of the heroes in our city, average everyday citizens, but you know, this is one of those things where when you hear about it, you want to say thank you. So I wasn't going to speak tonight, but when I heard his story and the bravery he had and the approach he was doing, I just want to offer my thanks to him. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. All right, any other speakers?
I do have a card from Edward Gomez.
All right, come on up.
Hello, hello.
Welcome
My name is Edward Gomez. I'm a resident here in Montclair, and I'm representing the HOAs here in our community. I live at Town Center, estates on Central and Howard, and then there's a couple more surrounding us. So we're trying to get together and organize so, you know, a lot of the residents have concerns. So that's why I want to talk today is some of our concerns are a lot of the speeding at night on Mission and Central. And Chief is here. Hopefully he can take note because we need some police presence at night, late at night, you know, 11, 12 o'clock at night. There's a lot of racing and riffraff going out there on that main street. So I'm trying to bring that to attention so we can address this because a lot of the residents are a little upset, you know, all the noise and racing and carrying on. So I like to address that. One thing I was thinking about the other night is maybe we can put more street lights in that corner, in that intersection, to brighten it up because it's really dark there. And it's real spooky. So I guess these, you know, these youngsters, they want to race and carry on. So maybe some brighter lights, street lights. But that's one main concern, is Mission and Central, a lot of the racing. If we can have maybe some more police cruising around the area there. And I talked to Monica there, hi Monica, in engineering about on the street Howard. There's a lot of people that are racing down that street up to the elementary school. We're talking about maybe putting stop signs, and that project was booted out. That didn't work out. So maybe speed bumps, or I was talking to Monica, maybe we can put some big old potholes, stop the traffic, but she didn't like that idea. So I just want to come, to inform ourselves of the city council and all that. We want to get more involved, and because we have a great city, we really have a lot of great residents. So that's our concern. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and I can assure you that's a concern of other residents too, and we are going to be adding a bunch of flashing stop signs in Montclair starting this year. And of course, the other issue you raised, yes, there's more people speeding in our streets in Montclair. Not just in Montclair, but it is a kind of a region, state, national issue. I serve on a SCAD committee, which, the last 3 years, the amount of accidents, people who died because either pedestrians or vehicles has gone up. There's this shift in responsibilities out there, drivers especially. I'm not trying to pick a certain group, but younger people.
Yeah.
And it obviously causes a lot more challenges for our police departments to go out there and try to regulate. But they're doing their best out there, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.
I did get one more card from Chris Craig, representing Assemblymember Freddie Rodriguez.
Hopefully this is good news, $800 million.
Hi, good evening. My name is Chris Craig. I work for, Assemblymember Freddie Rodriguez. Pleasure to be back here after so long. I've seen a lot of familiar faces. I used to serve with the Assemblyman back in 2015, so I'm pleased to be back in the community. And I just wanted to, I didn't plan on making any stage remarks or anything like that. I just wanted to piggyback off of the experience of so many of your residents here. I love seeing how local government works and how you guys are responsive. So thanks for all you do. I don't know if Nadia already mentioned that we have upcoming community swearing-in ceremony that we wanted to all be sure to invite you to. For the mayor, the city council, as well as the community. Our office is in Chino, but we do represent the 53rd Assembly District. Montclair is a part of it, one of 5 cities. So I just wanted to let you know that that is going to be on March 11th at 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. outside of our district office in Chino. So you all have our contact information. Should you need anything from our office, that's one of our policies, is to make sure our door is open and we're listening to folks. So thanks for the opportunity. Letting me jump in at public comment, but I just want to say thanks very much for what you do. And we hope to work with you into the future. Thank you.
Thank you. Hopefully it's not raining that day. It's starting to become a little unpredictable. Okay, I think we're done. Am I correct? All right, we'll go on to consent calendar items, and I'll start with my right, Bill. Do you have anything on consent calendar, Bill? No. Okay, Ed, staff?
Mr. Mayor, staff needs to update you on C2.
C2 from staff, okay. How about my left?
Oh,
my left?
Yes, Mr. Mayor, I'd like to pull C4.
Pulling, okay, that's it. So let's just go with the update on, let's start with C2 from staff's update.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council, I want to bring it to your attention that the city has gone out to bid on the Reeder Ranch Park. Unfortunately, the bid came in higher than what we received from the state as far as a grant. We received $5,137,000 from the state for construction of the Reeder Ranch Park. The lowest bid, which the agenda item recommends that you approve the award to, Pub Construction Inc., came in at $5,461,739, which, as you can see, is over the grant award. In addition to the construction contract at the $5.4 million, The construction contingency is $546,000. Construction support is $140,000. And the design is $407,000 for a total of $6,554,000. This leaves us obviously a little bit short. The agenda report that is in your packet suggests that we need to use $900,000 in 2022 lease revenue bonds or 2021 lease revenue bonds. We need to increase that amount to $1,417,243. And so the request is that you receive these modifications to the agenda report and approve the staff recommendations as indicated, which would be award of the contract to Pub Construction in the $5.4 million amount. Approve agreement number 23-11 with Pub Construction, and authorize an additional $1.4 million from the 2021 lease revenue bond funds for construction of the project, and authorize the construction contingency in the amount of $546,174.
Any questions from council? So Ed, let me ask you a question. The $1.4 million coming out of the lease revenue bond, we never anticipated using any lease revenue bonds for this park. Am I correct?
Well, we were uncertain as what the total cost of the project is, and I believe you meant 1.4 million instead of 5.4 million out of the lease revenue bonds.
Yeah, 1.4 million, yeah.
Yes, so as we moved through the design process, we did not believe that the construction low bid would come in at 5.4 million. We believed that it would come in within the amount of money that was allocated through the award of the grant, with maybe an additional $500,000 maximum on top of that because of some additional construction that was being proposed related to an additional space for the foundation to meet as well as for storage. But unfortunately, again, the low bid on the construction side came in higher than we anticipated.
I understand. I know that when we did the lease revenue bond budget or a kind of a preliminary budget, I don't believe this park was part of that preliminary budget. So I was wondering, when we have our budget review, budget workshop in June, can we also include how much money we spent so far in the lease revenue bond, and what do we have left for projects going forward?
We can certainly do that, but I will let you know right now that the expenditures out of the lease revenue bond are less than $5 million at this point.
Okay, but because we had a number of projects in there, and now the question is, can we do all those projects, or we may have to start cutting out a project here and there? And I know we're looking at doing several park improvements elsewhere in town, and obviously this takes a chunk out of it. If it's going to be park improvements or if it's going to be street improvements. So
right. Well, I think we'll be basically okay with the amount of money that has been provided to the city through the lease revenue bond versus the cost of the projects.
Right. And of course, as far as parks, we did receive $2 million from the federal government through Congressman Torres' office.
Yes, and we are actually applying for some additional park funding as well this year.
Okay. All right. So now I have item C4. I believe, Denise, that's yours.
I just have a question for staff. I understand that we're having this new agreement with the Transportation Authority for Phase 2 of the Montclair MetroLink Trans Center Accessibility Improvement Project, but I'm not sure that I understand what that is. There is a map in the packet, but it's the print is very small and fuzzy, like it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. So I can't really tell exactly what's going to happen with this agreement.
Well, it's effectively just removing the restroom facility that was scheduled to be installed at the Pacific Electric Bike Trail at the headway for the Pacific Electric Bike Trail in Claremont. If you recall, there was some controversy and some opposition from residents, so that has been pulled from the project.
Added. It's just being, okay.
Unfortunately, nothing has been added to replace that.
Okay. Thank you for your clarification.
Okay. Can I get a motion?
I'll make a motion for the consent calendar as presented.
Okay, second. Is there a second to the motion?
I'll second.
All right, second by Councilmember Martinez. And let's do electronic vote.
We don't have to do roll call.
Roll call?
No, it's okay.
Oh,
Consent.
okay, hit that present. Okay, adopted 401. Next will be the council workshop, so we'll meet here tomorrow at 6 PM to conduct the mid-year budget review, and that's so ordered. And now we'll go down to communications, and I want to start with Human Services Department.
Great. Good evening, Mayor, Council members. There's a few upcoming events that I just wanted to announce. To honor our Montclair veterans, the Community Activities Commission is now accepting new submissions for plaques on the Veterans Memorial Wall. Each plaque pays tribute to deceased Montclair veterans from all branches of service. If you would like to purchase a veteran's bronze plaque, please submit a complete application and payment to Angela Franco in the Recreation Center by Monday, February 27th. And the application and other details can be found on our city's website, or you can contact Angela at afranco@cityofmontclair.org. Also wanted to announce that our Montclair After School program, MAP, is excited to host their 3rd annual art show. It'll be held in our community center on Thursday, March 2nd. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. The theme this year is Meet the Masters, and MAP students and our staff are looking forward to sharing their art, or should I say masterpieces, with their family and all who attend the event. We look forward to seeing you there. And finally, I put a flyer for each of you. The City of Montclair's Park and Recreation Master Plan. We're in the final stages of the plan development. So please join us on Tuesday, March 14th between 6 and 7 at the Montclair Senior Center. You'll learn about the project recommendations and the next steps. Light refreshments will be provided. And there's also some extra flyers for those in the audience that might be interested in attending right here at the exit. Thank you.
Thank you. City Attorney's, please.
Mr. Mayor, council members, I have 2 items I would ask that you would meet in closed session in regard to. Both of them, real property negotiations as indicated in the agenda. So other than that, I have nothing else this evening.
Thank you. Then next is City Manager.
No items this evening, Mr. Mayor.
Great. You guys were probably there, but 2 Saturdays ago, the Christian Development Center in Montclair held a Black History Month. And as you know, some of you know, Congressman Torres was there, and she presented a certificate of recognition for the event. City of Montclair was a sponsor for this event. So I just assume everybody saw this? Yeah? You didn't know? Okay. So I just wanted to pinpoint that. And I do want to go back to our police department again. Again, Chief, I want to commend all the officers, especially the investigators who were able to have more arrests made regarding the Montclair Place incident. So thank you for those officers and especially the investigators. And I think all of us attended last Saturday Senator Rubio's oath that took place in Laverne, and it was a really good event, and I'm looking forward to City of Montclair working close with Senator Rubio. Last Thursday, I had a chance to go to do a tour with the Chino Basin Conservation District. We started just above the San Antonio Dam. I learned this a difference between the San Antonio Creek or the creek and a channel. So we started at the creek because the creek is not man-made. It's nature. And then of course, then we went to on the other side of the dam and along the channel and visited the different basins that we have here, Montclair, and also the basin off of Brook Street, which I didn't realize that was their facility. So they have another one, I think, in March. I think I'm sorry, June. So if somebody missed, I don't know, Bill and Carissa, if you would like to do the tour, it's very interesting. It's about 3 or 4 hours. They'll feed you in the morning. They'll feed you for lunch at the same time. Okay, Mr. Councilman Rue.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First of all, on the 11th, we did observe Black History Month. It was a very well-done event. It was over at the Christian Development Center on Kingsley and Fremont in Montclair. Lots of booths, lots of information. I do have a green book, and so I did do a short presentation on the green book. It was the guide for many African Americans who, in a very segregated America, were not always able to choose the accommodations they wished to stay in when traveling. And so this provided them a tremendous amount of dignity on the road, and they were able to travel and move about without as much fear of discrimination. We have seen the movie, but to see the book itself, the actual 1940 Green Book, gives you a better idea of what was going on in America at that time. On Saturday, I did attend, along with the mayor and council members Johnson and Martinez, the oath of office for Senator Susan Rubio. It was held at the University of La Verne, my alma mater, and it was a very well-attended event. There were many local officials from throughout the two-county region. There were other dignitaries there, other legislators, the insurance commissioner, many, many people. Well-done event. It was a nice day, and we certainly do wish the senator well. She and I were asking about how long we've known each other, and I said, I think it's about 19 or 20 years, and she concurred. I want to thank our police department for the good work they've done in the incident that took place up at Montclair Plaza. Thank you for the diligence, the hard work enabled to start to bring a conclusion to some of that. I also want to thank the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department because of the work they were able to do in finding the suspect in the unincorporated area of San Bernardino County that borders Montclair. They did an excellent job. They were able to find the suspect. I also want to, in our next county over, thank the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department for the work they did in finding the suspect who murdered Auxiliary Bishop O'Connell. They did a great job. Within a few, literally 48 hours, they were able to find the suspect. And good work on all of that. I had other things to say tonight. I won't go into all of it, but there have been several stories about the gold line in the newspaper. I am a lot more optimistic, perhaps, than many others. I believe that we can get something done with this. When I read some county officials saying we don't get our fair share of funding in the county, well, we just saw the statewide funding that we were able to get for the Reeder Ranch. So I think we need to take a more positive attitude with it, look to what we can do. I do not know if the San Bernardino County Board of Supervisors has actually sent a letter to the governor saying this is a priority. If they haven't, they should, and we can look at that and work that out in the future, because it is important. If I were sitting in the governor's chair, I'd want to say, where's the support coming from? And we need to show that support if we want it. And with that, thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem Johnson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I can almost say ditto to Councilman Rue's comments. We went to some of the same events, but I do want to tell you, I heard this morning from the Black History Month Planning Committee. We did our debrief this morning, and I'm told that several people were watching that Green Book very carefully, and there was some thought that it might walk away because we haven't seen them except for in the movie. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for all of the public, members of the public who attended. Thank you also to city staff, including Chief Avels, who averted an unsavory, a potentially unsavory situation. So thank you, Chief, for doing that. And all of the city staff who helped us pull it together at the 11th hour, trying to get all the permits done. So thank you all for all of that. That concludes my comments.
Thank you. Councilmember Martinez.
I have nothing to add tonight. Thank you.
Okay. So with that, we'll go into closed session.